next map. Speaking of fun and exciting, we've got the polar opposite of what we just saw. Instead of Orena, the smallest map, we have the biggest map, Ruins of Saros. And spawning in the top right, will he go for another 13 pool? It's SoMuch, also known as Echo.
And his opponent in the bottom left here on Ruins of Saros, we have got our orange Protoss from TA Pro. It is Fusion.
Hey Koshkii, remember that thing that I said earlier about
Yes. And look at that quick gas too. Maybe some quick speedlings, maybe even banelings.
Yeah, he went 14-13. So he could. It's possible you can go into Ravager here. You can do like really fast Zerglings and use the extra gas for Ravager. Sometimes also, even in actually in ZVZ, it's a really fun style. Players will do a 14-14 or 14-13 and then just pull the gas off, and then they end up with this really fast Zergling speed they can try to make use of. And ooh, it looks like we're gonna see that style coming out of SoMuch. This is gonna allow them some room for aggression, and then gonna be able to take an expansion quite quickly because you just don't have enough larva to spend a full base of minerals on Zerglings, and that mineral, bank sort of just builds up naturally, and you say, okay, I'll take an expand. And the whole time, you're being super aggressive. On the other side of the map, we've got a Protoss build that I was paying absolutely no attention to, but it looks like the normal expansion that we've been seeing out of most Protosses, expansion before the core, and then throwing down the core in the second gas just afterwards.
Yeah, and you know what Fusion hasn't scouted? He just now sees the Zerglings with his probe.
Uh-oh.
Fusion, he puts that chrono there on his Zealot. He's got to act fast.
Yeah, I think waiting around for the Adept last time was a bit of a mistake. Letting the Zealot finish here, going for the Zealot move, I think is going to be a little bit better. Cancels the natural. We've got another pylon nestled in over here.
Oh,
realizing the mistakes of before. Now he's going to get that Zealot in place, but it will be totally surrounded. Very difficult. Nice micro over here, avoiding and even pulling back. Ooh, nice micro from both players. That's a lot of dead Zerglings for just one Zealot, and that stalls for enough time to get this pylon overcharge up and running. Much better defense this time around. Partly aided by the fact that the map is gigantic and the rush distance is going to make this a lot easier. Gets that Adept out second. Very nice. Also another reason why you could get out that Zealot in time. And we thought we'd see gold base expansions on the gold base map today, but no. We see the gold base expansion coming out from Echo here on Ruins of Saros. And this is a base I pretty much never see taken ever in the history of games that I've seen on this map in my life. I've never actually seen this base taken.
I haven't either, and it's cool to see it taken now, although I agree with the choice. You know, at this point, Echo, he's taken a risk. It hasn't paid off, so he needs to take another risk to get back into the game, and that would be to take that gold base.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just such a good way to say it, to sum it up there. When you fall behind like that, a risk is pretty much what you need to take. And if you're going to take a ninja base, it may as well be a gold one.
Yeah, and so far, Fusion does not see this gold base. He doesn't know it's there yet. Adepts, you know, when they scout, they might catch wind of it. So I'm curious how long that will go unscouted.
Yeah, I think the regular attack path is going to put it in range of seeing the creep, but not in range of... Oh my god, that run by, though. Oh, man. I love the carousel of Zerglings, though. And we run down, and we run down. Gonna go ahead and, ooh, gonna grab a 100 gas kill there. Oh my god, and run into the base. They're going everywhere. He's gonna get a full scout off. He gets a sentry kill, which is fantastic. Sentries build up in their value over the game as an energy unit. Force fields, quite strong. Not as strong as they used to be, but they're still quite nice.
Yeah, and the Zerglings, if anything, they provide a nuisance. Sometimes they can distract your opponent. Even if they don't get too much damage, then they're scouting, they're a nuisance.
Yeah, and that frustration can play into your game style here. We're going to have to see, is Fusion a cool-headed player? or is he in a velo? We will only be able to tell in time. So Adept's coming over here.
They see the creep.
Wait, oh, the creep. Ah, the creep gives you away. The bane of trying to ninja as a Zerg player. The creep, it gives you away. But I think he's managed to mine quite a bit of minerals from this base already. I think, yeah, that's already paid for itself. So even if it were killed right now, he would about break even / make some money off of it. But it's not going to be attacked for quite a little while because these speedlings just give so much map control to Zerg, and it's tough as a Protoss to move out in this kind of situation. And I love that Echo is so on top of these counterattacks just from a psychological standpoint, so it's less likely that he's going to move out. You know, maybe feeling bold before, oh, maybe this guy's not a counterattacker. Maybe I can just move across the map. It's like, no, counterattack every time he moves out. He's totally prepared for it. He's got the Zerglings in position, so he knows when the attack is coming, and that's allowed him to get a really nice economy going.
Fusion again tries to move out. There's not too many speedlings to just rush over and attack again. However, the Lings, they do see this attack moving out. They're probably going to head for that gold base. However, a spine crawler is being put down there to help kind of stave away any of that harass.
Now, you do have the high ground potential over here. Maybe this Overlord will stick around to help out with that. We'll see. Another spine crawler going down as well. This attack, I wonder what he's waiting for here. We've got the Resonating Glaives upcoming. Could be waiting for that to make an attack. But we've got more scouts coming out. Love the Hallucinated Phoenix Scout. Just staying on top of things. Trying to get some good information. So the decisions are much better. Mothership Core with the army now is going to allow it to be as aggressive as possible and just warp out of there if necessary. But at this point in time, we got a big Overlord swell coming up. Roach Speed about to finish, and it's looking like SoMuch is gearing up to go on the aggressive.
Yeah, and it would be a smart move at this time, too. There is a lot here for SoMuch, and Immortals are just starting to be made for Fusion. Immortals very good versus Roaches, as well as Force Fields, too. You can Force Field off a lot of that army. But SoMuch, he's on a much better economy
this is an
again.
Awful time to be taking a third as the Zerg army is coming in right now. We'll see if these forces are enough. We have no Ravagers here to mitigate the force field, so they can be quite strong. It looks like he's going to play it safe. I know I would with that many Roaches in my face. In the meantime, we've got excellent harassment going on over here. Scouts the Spire, going to get some workers killed. Has he even killed any workers? I mean, he's killed only 4 this game. I don't think he's managed to get all that much damage done with this harassment, despite the fact that he's got in with no defense for a while.
That Warp Prism is getting close.
Oh, the Spire! Oh, takes out the Spire. Nicely done.
Getting down that Spire, it's got to be a huge relief. I know when I kill a Spire, I'm like, oh, I can breathe easy now.
Spire for a Warp Prism trade. I'll do that any day.
Yeah.
As a Protoss player, it's like, yeah, you can have 2 Warp Prisms for a Spire. I will do that. That sounds fantastic. Rebuilding the Warp Prism now, and like you said, feeling really safe at that point in time. Going to be able to secure this third base. The read for the Zerg here is that economic play coming out from his opponent, powering up. We do have Templar Archives, Forge, upgrades. We got Immortals coming in and more gates. A lot of powering up, and so makes a good call. Drones up pretty hard there, and he's up to 52 drones now. He's going to continue droning very accurately, sort of predicting that this Protoss is not going to be attacking.
Yeah, I don't think the Protoss would feel safe attacking at this point with the economy of SoMuch. Just kind of realizing, hey, I need to just sit back and just build up my army as fast as I can.
Yep, Spire. Gets a scout off, by the way, on that rebuilt Spire. Does the Protoss. Nicely done there from Fusion. So he knows that the Mutas could be coming, but instead it's 12 drones. Who would have thunk it?
This army here for SoMuch, it is starting to get into position. You know, it's massing up by the minute. And actually, the army supplies for both players just slightly favoring SoMuch. But Fusion, he moves forward to that gold base.
Well, this army is way out of position. He's just evacuating. Look at the base though, right? He's mined almost all the minerals at it. At this point in time, he's just sort of like, yep, I mined the minerals. I'm good.
Yep,
I'm gonna keep my drones alive. Just transfer them over to another base. Take a fourth. No need to engage this this army just yet. Ooh,
that was cool.
Really want to. Getting a bit scared. Nicely done. These force fields are gonna help peel off some units here. Yeah, I don't know about this engagement. Trying to engage a Protoss in a corridor like that with that many sentries.
Yeah.
Echo's gonna be going for Mutalisks. Only producing 6 right now. We'll see how heavy that commitment is. And just starting to get upgrades. This is the first upgrade of the game, by the way, +1. First, like, sort of incremental upgrade. +1 ranged attack. So that's gonna be advantage here to Echo.
Yeah, Fusion looking like he does want to be a little bit aggressive here, but the mutas are out. However, Archons can make quick work of mutas if they aren't really babysat.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen Bly lose a game where he had 30 mutas, but enough of that giant attack going on over here. So many of these Archons just ripping apart. That Archon in the back with just a few hit points left, down to the actual hit points almost, and he's gonna stay alive and start regenning those shields. Excellent move out. Takes out the most important base for Zerg right now. That was the main mining base. It had the healthiest set of mineral patches, and it got taken out. Very strong move here, and super tight game.
Yeah, the mutas are now moving forward, looking in the main base for some harass, but the Mothership Core has stayed home, so pipeline overcharges will start to take out some of those mutas. At the same time, Fusion is just attacking base after base here of Echoes.
Yeah, like, you can kill my workers, that's great, but if you don't have any bases, I'm going to win. Basic logic there from our Protoss player. You know, it's a good thing to have. I think he scouted those drones going off to the corner. I don't think he assumes that there's a hatchery here, but he is going to be running back. He sees a giant attack of Roach Ravager coming into the middle of the map. The army coming in from the top, but not holding off with any of the army from the bottom. Unfortunately, it's like catching the rally points over here. He gets to engage pieces of the army at a time. Great for SoMuch, but now the flank is on. Charge Zealots up in the middle of that army. Our Zerg player not feeling good at all. A couple of force fields coming down. Is going to be able to get out with some of the army, but it is taking quite a beating.
Yeah, there's only 3 mutas left here for SoMuch. And so many bases lost. He needs to make a comeback here pretty quick. He does have that one lone ninja base, but I think Fusion is starting to smell blood in the water here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a tough situation for SoMuch. The economy so weak right now. This ninja base is just barely going to get started. And if he tries to transfer, it's really likely this Zealot might be around to scout it. Currently a little bit too high to see that kind of a movement, but it's all about this attack. He's got some Hydralisks, which will help quite a bit. Oh, move command over there for a minute.
Archons.
Oh, but he reacts quite well, puts down the force fields, starts knocking them down with his own Archons there. And that's it. Fusion is victorious. And that time around, for real, I think, was a 2-1 victory for Fusion. Fusion going to be going on to the next round. We'll be in the semifinals versus Ray Rain. And we've got Peely versus Quickscope as well. Now that we have played a match, we must do the fantastic hangout times of break. So go ahead and grab yourself a snack. If you've been snacking the whole time, you're like, oh man, I'm trying to cut down snacks. Grab some water. No calories. You're totally all set. Also, go ahead and go to patreon.com/RSLSC2. Brand new Patreon. Go ahead and support. If you're liking what you're seeing, then go ahead and do a little subscription. It's not like Twitch subscription where it has to be $5. It could be $1. You've got $1. You've got it. Go give it. See you later.